Hello, welcome to my channel. In this video, I want to demonstrate the formula for calculating the area of a circle, and I'll be using this lid as my circle. Um, Before I start the demonstration, let me explain the concept of area of an object. When you are describing the area or you are calculating the area of an object, what you are essentially doing is that you are estimating the flat surface that particular object encloses or is between its boundaries. For instance, in the using this circle, so the area of this circle is the flat surface that the parameter encloses. So this flat surface is the area. And what made the area of circle bit special is that there is no direct you can't do direct estimation just by looking at it. You need to do a bit of transformation, and that is why it's a bit special. And in the ancient days, it was a big breakthrough when they were able to get a formula for calculating the area of a circle. And in this demonstration, what I will do is that I'm going to use this, as I've already mentioned, and I will divide this into tiny triangles. In my previous video, I had already measured the circumference and then the diameter of this, and the circumference that I measured was 22 centimeters, and then the diameter was 7 centimeters. So I'm still going to use the same parameters because it's the same figure at the same shape, nothing has changed. So the same circumference of 22 centimeters and diameter 7 centimeters, and the radius from the diameter, I can deduce the radius from it because the radius is half of the diameter, and that will give me the radius of 3.5 centimeters. And because considering that the circumference is 22 centimeters, to make the explanations or the demonstrations easier, I'm going to draw 22 triangles around this circle, so that I will use that to demonstrate how to calculate that. And the reason for choosing the triangle is that it's based on this mathematical principle, which is anytime you encounter a mathematical problem that you are not familiar with, you should consider the relationship with other properties or other concept that you are familiar with, and then you transform the unfamiliar one to the familiar one, so that you will be able to use that knowledge to solve your problem. And I'm going to apply that concept here. That is why I'm going to use I'm drawing the triangles, because there is no direct straight way of calculating the area. But if I use the triangles, I will be able to calculate the areas of the triangle, and by that, by expansion, I will be able to get the area of this circle. And that is actually um, what they call Archimedes principle. So Archimedes, in the ancient days, use polygons to uh, estimate the area of a circle, and in the polygons you will be able to get the triangles. So I'm going to do something similar in that. So now what I'm going to do is that I'm just going to draw. Let me zoom into the, I'm going to do the divisions, and first I need to mark the center of the circle, which is 3.5, and then I will draw my first line. Then since the circumference is 22, and if I'm drawing 22 triangles, which means the base of each triangle will be 1 centimeter, and I'm going to do that, and after that I will do the calculations and then show how the formula for how you can arrive at the formula of the area of a triangle. Okay, so done with the divisions, and as I'm showing, so I'm now going to use a whiteboard to do the calculations of the area, and yeah, so this looks beautiful. I'm going to pick one piece of this. Just imagine that having a pizza, and then you are taking one slice of the pizza. Okay, so let me I'm going to draw my circle and take here as my center, and no, this is not straight. Okay, and we'll have the corner this the base. Yeah, and now let me use shape. Um, okay, yeah, these are the parameters of the circumference is 22 centimeters. The diameter is 7 centimeters. The radius r, it's half of the diameter, that is 3.5. Okay. All right. So I think let me just add this to make it more uh, visual appealing. This will be confusing. Do this one. Okay. Now, the longer dotted line is the diameter, and the shorter one is the radius. So this is half of it, just to give a visual representation. And now the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to this image, it's one, I'm assuming that this is just one of the 22 triangles that I drew on the circle. So I'm just going to use one to do calculate the area of the triangle. And the area of a triangle, I'll write it A T is half times base times height. Now in this diagram, this is the base, which is 1 centimeter, and this is the height, the shorter thing could show in the yes, good. The red line, dotted line, is the height, which is the same as so let me write it as h is equal to r. Yep. Now the area will be this times 1 times 3.5, and this is for just one piece. To get the total area of this circle, I need to sum up, I need to add all the areas of all the triangles, and that will bring us to something interesting. One, so adding this will be like, will give us this into half times 3.5, and the 22 is a circumference. So what that is showing is that the area C is equal to C over 2 times R, because R is 3.5, and we can further show this. We can replace C with R because C is equal to pi by diameter D. This I showed in my previous video, and D, it's 2R, just as I've shown here on the diagram. Now putting this together, I will have the area of the circle as AC is equal to this. So I'm going to put this one as the C here. So I'll have pi 2R over 2 by R, and this is where the pi r square formula came from, and it means that the area of a circle is half of the circumference times the radius. This is the simple explanation of this formula. It is the circumference times half the circumference times the radius. So if you have any circle and you want to estimate its area, if you know the circumference, you should be able to come about. If you know the circumference and the diameter or the radius, you should be able to get this. And even if you know the circumference, you can find the diameter, because the relationship between the diameter and the circumference for any circle is a constant. So even if you are given just the circumference of a circle, you should be able to calculate its area. All you need is that you knew the with the circumference, you should be able to find the diameter, and then you can find your r, because the pi value is a constant for every circle. So thank you for watching, and next video I'm going to show the intuitive meaning of sine theta. I'll give the history, what is the meaning of the literal meaning of the word sine, and how it was also it also came about. And then when you see a sine, what does it mean? Without punching your calculator, you should be able to just tell that, okay, this is what it's pointing to, or this is what it means when they say sine theta is this, sine this, blah blah blah. All right, so thank you, and hope to bring you my next video. Bye.